their work without any undue interference from the political class, and more so from the government side. And I am happy His Excellency the President has indeed spoken on the fight against corruption and said, we will not just speak about fighting corruption, it will be action. And this action, I want to tell Bishop Oginde, must be led by the Commission and not necessarily waiting for the political class to lead in this fight. Honorable Speaker, in conclusion, it is said, Honorable Speaker, and I was just reflecting the other day on how we work in this country, that those who call others corrupt, in most instances, are usually the most corrupt. And I reflected on a time in this city, Honorable Speaker, when pickpockets would pickpocket people in the then KBS buses. And the pickpocket would run out of the bus or snatch a bag in the streets, take a run, and round some corner would turn around, and one of the people who was chasing them turn around and shout, "Mwizi, mwizi," and the crowd would move to mob justice or lynch those who are running after the thief, and the thief would join the mob in lynching an innocent person. Honorable Speaker, in the fight against corruption in this country, we must avoid that scenario of the typical Nairobi pickpocket of yesteryears, where the corrupt are the ones pointing fingers at those who are running after them, calling them the corrupt. And Honorable Speaker, we end up in a situation where the fight against corruption is marred by a lynch mob, and facts and issues that touch on corruption get lost in the midst. Honorable Speaker, only yesterday we are reading in the newspapers work that is being done by a joint committee of the Finance Committee, I think, and the ICT Committee. And I've seen today a report in one of the dailies, somebody who carted away 400+ million shillings in the telecom saga. He is saying he was paid for being smart. Honorable Speaker, I was left wondering, is this gentleman telling Kenyans that those who are not making 400 million shillings in the haste, like that was of the telecom haste, are indeed stupid or not as intelligent as it purports to be, Honorable Speaker? Honorable Speaker, as much as it's an insult to the people of Kenya, we want to say we have our own committees in this House that are working on issues that will be sent forth to EACC to investigate. And we want to encourage all our committees to indeed do what we did when I was the Vice Chair of the Public Investments Committee. When we finished with the investigation on the theft of 180 million shillings at the Youth Fund, we forwarded and made a recommendation that EACC picks up that matter, investigates and charges people. And I must commend EACC because they moved with speed and charged people in court. As unfortunate as it was that some of those who were charged again ended up losing their lives, and may the Lord rest their souls in peace, as much as they had stolen from the people of Kenya, but since they left this world. But at least EACC had done its work, and I want to ask and challenge EACC to keep tabs with what is happening in the investigative committees of this House. And I would encourage them to even second EACC officers before the Public Accounts Committee, before the Public Investments Committee, and all other committees of this House that are working on investigative tasks that touch on the loss of public funds, so that we do not spend a lot of time and they reinvent the wheel when they begin their own investigations. They can indeed collect a lot of information from committees of this House when members are interrogating witnesses and other people who appear before the committees, so that the kind of impunity we see that people loot, dry our coffers,